Hello everyone, today we are going to discuss and talk about stative or state verbs. Let's see what do we mean by stative verbs first. So, first of all, what are the stative verbs or state verbs? They can be called by both names. So we use them to express or to talk about a state rather than an action. A state means حالة rather than an action. And for example, there are two kinds of verbs, action verbs or dynamic verbs and state verbs. Action verbs or dynamic verbs, they are talking about an action like walk, run, go, eat, drink. But for state verbs, they express something different. Like they relate to emotions, to our feelings, to our thoughts. It means that we mean by our thoughts, mental activities, and senses. We don't use them with continuous tenses, with ing, or with perfect tenses. So when we want to talk about a state or when we use state verbs, we don't add ing to them. We use them only with simple tenses. Here we mean by simple tenses, simple present and simple past. Now let's focus now only on simple present, okay? So let's see. State verbs to talk about emotions or feelings like love, like, mind, hate, and prefer. But for those which indicates mental states like understand or thoughts, understand, remember, know, and think. The state verbs in which we're talking about sense like smell, sound, feel, the ones who express position, like have and include, and others like coast and seem, those verbs you have to memorize them, but we don't forget what? That some verbs can express both a state and an action, like think and have. So some verbs, they can be state verbs or stative verbs and can be action or dynamic verbs. Like, let's start with the first one. I have a car. I have a car. So when you means here possession, when the verb means possession here, or we are expressing possession, الملكية, it is a state verb. Because, for example, I don't say I'm having a car. So now I'm having a car, but after, for example, a minute, I don't have a car. So here, it is a state verb. And let's see, when is it an action or a dynamic verb? Like, I am having dinner. I'm having dinner. It means eating or taking. So I'm expressing now that I'm eating or taking my dinner. So it is not a state verb. It's an action verb. Let's see the second verb, which can be or could be used in both on both kinds of verbs, like think. I think he is the greatest footballer. I think he is the greatest footballer. Here it means in my opinion. So when I'm expressing my opinion and my thought, it is used as a state verb. هون معناها أعتقد, okay? So I will not change my thought, for example, after a minute. But if I say I'm thinking about buying a new house, in here, in the second sentence, I'm expressing something that is going in my mind at this moment. So here, when it means considering, it is an action or a dynamic verb that can be used in, for example, a continuous and imperfect tenses.